I just got back from New York City, so I want to really sit down and finally analyze Sonic X Shadow Generations. There was a brand new trailer that was released at Summer Games Fest 2024. I did end up later watching it at my friend Kid's house, but I wasn't exactly that hyped for it.
Adventure!
Oh my god, Adventure Sonic! Adventure Sonic!
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
I literally couldn't give a shit about Shadow. We're going to town, bitch! I'm literally going to be Classic Sonic in fucking Dreamcast.
Okay, maybe it was a little cool. But I think why I decided not to upload my reaction is because they left out so much details in the trailer. So today I want to go through every little bit of details that was released following Summer Games Fest and really talk about Sonic X Shadow Generations, analyzing what could be awaiting us as this beautiful game continues to be developed to perfection. In case you don't know me, hi, I'm SuperGirlKels. Welcome to the channel. We're currently revamping this to be much more high quality rather than just uploading Twitch VODs. In case you want to come watch us live, it's twitch.tv/SuperGirlKels. But here we talk everything Sonic, Super Smash Bros. Esports, go on travel tech vlogs, and more. So I think before we start really focusing on the shadow parts of things, I want to really look back at the new updated renders because I'm actually a really big fan of them. I would say I haven't been a fan of his 3D model since probably like 2010. They started giving him this really ugly smirk and just an expression that is so not animated and not Sonic-like. I've never really been a fan of it compared to like his art style in graffiti and just that young attitude that poses a very cool yet cute vibe. And I feel like here in Generations, it's the first time they got it right. I love what they did with modern Sonic, that smirk not under his jawline anymore. I love the tint, that check mark on his right side of the smile. It really emphasizes what he's feeling. And then on the side of Classic Sonic, which is actually shown in the game, I'll play here, they did adjust his quills. They made it a lot more spinier. And I really appreciate that because I feel like his quills in the original Generations was definitely too short. And I feel like a lot of things were not the best with Classic Sonic in the original Generations. His pupils and his smile, I think he's cool and cute, and I think that's exactly how he should be. I think both of them together just look really great. Now we just need a confirmation that we can get like a darker blue that would match modern Sonic for the Classic. I think getting that Japanese colored blue instead of the American lighter blue for Classic would be literally perfect for me personally. I'm a big fan of that classic blue that made Sonic Sonic. Staying on the topic of Classic Sonic, I do want to get into the fact that ads are a thing that I'm not a fan of. Drop Dash has been officially added to Classic Sonic's abilities, and I'm really, really excited for that. I think this is now obviously the staple in classic 2D Sonic games, and even on the 3D side. I've been hearing reports that 3D/Modern Sonic also has Drop Dash, and I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not. I've been looking for reports and I've been seeing some people saying yes, some people saying no. So for now, I'm just going to stick with the classic Sonic abilities in Sonic X Shadow Generations, where classic Sonic does have Drop Dash. And I think for him, it really works out because Sonic Generations, if you remember, classic Sonic, when he starts to run, his animation is actually quite slow. The momentum only builds up as he's going, but he starts out really, really slow. So to jump and then just continue on your momentum by holding down that A after the jump, it's going to help really bring out the momentum and keep the flow of the pace in the game. So I want to talk about my first problem is coming down to the box art. I know that I'm not alone. A lot of people have been talking about this box art. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think that it's very cheap. It's the same background of a level in the back, just pixelated on Photoshop. I really don't like how big Shadow is. I know that they're trying to put like a perspective where like modern and classic are behind him, but it's off. It's just not right at all. It's just kind of like PNGs put there. That's it. That's all. It doesn't feel unique. It doesn't feel special in any single way. You even got like the Frontiers platforms there. I'm pretty sure it's like, then they just use the same background from the original Sonic Generations like background. So I find it really cheap. Even the renders themselves, they literally just took modern and classic, and then they just adjusted the shading to make it look like it's new. Shadow's really the only impressive one here, which is fine, but I feel like he definitely should be sharing with Sonic, like in the Japanese version box art. Now, this is a whole different story. This is absolutely beautiful. You take a background, that's fine. You put in some new elements showing that HD-ness, and then you got brand new assets from your levels in Shadow with brand new renders and shade and attitude that really stand out with that logo in the middle. I think this is perfect. This is brilliant. This is what I wanted it to be like. And so I love that Shadow's backwards is opposite to Sonic, since he is his Shadow. And this is going to be the first game in a very long time where Shadow is being played by kids for the first time. Shadow hasn't been used in a long time. So introducing him as Sonic's rival and Sonic's better half, dare I say, or opposite and his shadow, right? I think that it's really, really important, and I think they nailed it in Japan. I know that Sonic has become a lot more popular in Japan as of late, and this is just keeping that right track. But I don't know, man, this version, I'm really not feeling it. Staying on the topic of exclusivity, I want to talk about now the bonus features, right? Where if you pre-order the game in retail, if that ever happens, because let's be honest, I here in Quebec have not had a pre-order bonus ever. It's not ever specified. You know, I'm going to read this fine print really quick. Registered in the trace other countries, a corporation, and or other countries. See, again, they're not being specific. Like, is this in Quebec? Okay, I need them to address this. Like, I actually will probably put out a tweet right after this video. Where was I? Oh yeah, complaining. Yeah, you're supposed to get Gerald Robonic's journal detailing Shadow's creation, which obviously is going to contain a lot of lore and details we might not know about Shadow, and I think that's really cool as a collectible item for just collectors like me who just love Sonic. My biggest thing that I'm looking forward to, though, however, is this Sonic Adventure Legacy skin. I know when Sonic Generations came out, you know, so many years ago, the biggest complaint of that game was why wasn't there a Dreamcast era Sonic? There was classic, modern, where was the Dreamcast era? And now we finally get it. I love the style. This is one of my favorite models, if not my favorite model of Sonic ever. So to put that on Sonic himself, I think is going to be really cool. Will he have, you know, Ryan Drummond's voice? Probably not. It's probably just literally going to be a skin. They'd have to get rights or something. This is fucking cool, and I'm looking forward to that. At least I'll get that guaranteed. And the digital deluxe edition comes with even more. Not only do you get some awesome OSTs, you get a digital art book OST that you go into in case you don't get the physical one that ever comes in. But what's really, really great, a lot of people don't know this, but Shadow's original design, Terios, the skin, the actual first beta Shadow the Hedgehog, when it was in development way back in the year 2000, they're giving it a skin for Shadow. Like, this is so sick. I'm so happy. I feel like poor classic Sonic, bro. He's the only one not getting his skin. I'm forecasting it. We're getting the deep blue Japan classic Sonic. It's got to happen. He can't be neglected. It's got to be now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're also getting something called a Chow Mo Express, which I'm assuming maybe has to do something with the skill points. Skill points is something I'm going to touch on very, very shortly, but there's been a lot of teasing surrounding the Chow. I've been seeing pictures in backgrounds and even the cover box art, and people are like, yo, are we getting a Chow garnet? I don't know. I think it has something to do with challenges, because the skill points and these Chow are going to lead to the open zone. We are officially getting open zones, open world, basically, like in Sonic Frontiers, where you are exploring essentially this hub world that is absolutely massive. And it's not just a place where you walk from level to level. There are challenges here, upgrades, collectible items, and bosses. So this is essentially an entire new world like Frontiers, but in this game. And I love that they're bringing that here. So we're going to have endless amount of possibilities, even with DLC coming on later. They did confirm that we're supposed to get some DLC or something later on too. One entire new world or something. That's fucked I'm pretty excited for this. I think out of everything they announced, this is the thing I'm most excited for. Just extra content, that replayability, and a completionist. Definitely dying for something like this for Shadow. I want to take a look really quick at the model Shadow himself, because I am so impressed. I've never been so impressed with a 3D looking Sonic game until this very moment. Shadow's fur, Shadow's expressions, Shadow's animations in the game are absolutely mind-blowing. I love this specifically. I think this captures Shadow's expression perfectly. Here's another one here on the side. I think his smirk is perfect. It's exactly what really brings out Shadow so well. The gloves to the fur to even the red streaks on his quills. It's so beautiful, man. I'm big fan. And I'll even show you what I mean by the animations. Now, shout outs to Games Cage, Fidel. He allowed me to go over some of his footage so that I could really analyze a little bit as to some of the levels we've been seeing. Now, we do have the Space Colony, of course, the Ark being one of the levels. I know that we also have, of course, the Bio Lizard as one of the bosses. We have Radical Highway confirmed. We have Sky Rail confirmed so far as well. Of course, Black Doom being a boss coming in. Just so much content, and I'm definitely missing more as I'm saying that, so look forward to that. We also got confirmation that Kingdom Valley is back, and I feel like that is the level that I am most looking forward to. I think that's why I screamed in the reaction. It's one of my all-time favorite Sonic levels ever, which is funny because it's one of the worst Sonic games, but it's such a beautiful level, and I think incorporating that into this game is perfect. So looking into Fidel's footage really quick, I mean, I'm gonna show you what I mean by his expressions and his animations. I'm just gonna let it play so you could see that fluidity just going into this. Look at the way his quills are gonna kind of bobble as he's gonna keep going. Right over here, he goes on his jet boots, which is fine because that matches the original, but look at the way his quills fly down, and even there it bounced. There it is again. Watch, it's gonna bounce there, keep going. It has actual animation, and that's what I feel like even Sonic himself has lacked for so long. Sonic's quills don't actually react to the wind or anything like that. I want to see if it's actually gonna be different in this game, which I'm gonna take a look at after this. The movement in general apparently is really nice. If we go ahead and skip over to the Bio Lizard, check this out. Here's a little moment, the Bio Lizard, where you just have full control of the way Shadow is moving right to left at just top speeds. He immediately turns, which obviously is going to be really slippery controls, like Heroes is what I'm kind of getting a vibe of, but it really looks like you can control it. So I love that jump, the way he pops up too, very Sonic Frontiers-esque. I think that's exactly, it should be the walk too, the fact that you were able to do a 360 so well and so quickly. I think that's what I've always wanted to see in a Sonic game. Here we go. We're going to get some fight animation again coming in from Shadow. That's just what makes him Shadow, right? So looking good. Look at that. Even breaks. I love that there's a lot of cutscenes, by the way. Fidel was saying that almost always in all of these sequences in this gameplay, there's a lot of cutscenes that come into the main gameplay and that really take you on this cinematic experience. And I think that's beautiful. It's about time, honestly. I started being introduced to that kind of gameplay in Tomb Raider 2013. So, 10 years late, not too bad, but it's good to be here with Sonic, especially with the movie being hyped up as Sonic 3 rolls around. It's good to give that kind of cinematic experience for sure. So here we go. We got some chaos control that is being used. I love that. Again, we're going to have some abilities, not just chaos control, but I did see some chaos spear in another level as well, so that's around the corner. They did change chaos control to being green. We were used to seeing it as blue in the original Shadow the Hedgehog game, but I think the green suits Shadow a lot more, chaos being a very green color. And I think that blue has always been Sonic's color, so I don't mind the green. When he teleports, it is still blue, though, but I think there's a difference between chaos control and teleporting. They're very different, so really defining that is important, especially for first-time players. Here we go again, green, chaos control, going into it, and it builds up the meter, so that is very cool to see. And it seems like the more you collect rings, the more you attack, the more your bar does end up filling up, as we can see over here. Here we go. Let's go on to this cutscene over here, this last part of the boss that's going to finish off the Bio Lizard here. But check it out. See the way his quills bounced? That animation, the way he's so expressive with the environment is exactly what I want to see. And here we go. He's going to finish off the last boss, get that last hit here, go all into it. And even there, the mouth opening, we never got this shit, okay? And when we did, it was very, like, forced. It's like you had to rip over the model or something. There we go. Beautiful landing. And it's not CGI. That's all gameplay. That's just how good the game looks. Look at that. Even that. You will get an S rank, I believe, because it was a perfect. I don't think he ended up dying, or maybe he did. Now, we're going to take a look here at Sonic, classic Sonic. He does look a lot bigger, I do have to say. Like, he's not as small as he was in the original game. He really goes into the background a lot better, which I really, really adore, because I don't think Sonic should ever be that small ever again as he was in 2011. They definitely zoomed in on that camera a lot more. Again, Quill's a lot bigger to react to the environment, just look a lot more modern. For modern Sonic, I really wanted to look at his animations and see if there's been any difference in that case. So far it looks identical. I don't see anything different at all. Even here, I want to see here on this ramp, is he going to go up here? Yeah, Sonic's animations just haven't changed. No quills are going up. It looks like he got some really sticky hair gel or something, you know. Even there, it's not flying upwards. It's all sticking the same. So there hasn't really been any changes on modern Sonic, and that makes me a little sad, because I think out of everything, even though Classic needed the most changes, I think, you know, visually, modern definitely needed to be up to par with Shadow. So that is my thoughts on Sonic X Shadow Generations, the brand new trailer and all news that came out. I am personally going to be getting it on my Xbox Series S, as I believe Sonic has always ran best on Xbox. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because it was kind of the spiritual successor to the Dreamcast. I don't know what it is. Sonic just runs really well on Xbox, so that's where I'm always going to be. I'll probably also get the Switch version, because at some point in the future, maybe for Christmas or something, because having it on the go, I think, is going to make it great. Sonic X Shadow Generations is going to be a good game. They're taking the same game and releasing it with extra content. It's like Mario 3D World. So I'm not worried about this game at all. I am worried about the lack of content, or was worried until I got to see all the zones that are included, plus an upcoming DLC that we know nothing about, and an open zone that features challenges, skill sets, and more. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'll see you on my twitch.tv/SuperGirlKels show every Tuesdays and Thursday nights for more on Sonic X Shadow Generations, Sonic 100% completionist hype, and esports madness. See you then. Bye.
Adventure Sonic! Adventure Sonic!
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I literally couldn't give a shit about Shadow. We're going to town, bitch! I'm literally going to be classic Sonic in fucking Dreamcast.
This game still has a stupid title, but still.
I'm buying this twice!
Day one buy. Day one buy
I'm
for me.
buying this twice!
That's it.